It's my favorite parts of nursing. This is teaching moms what they want to know, adding an extra layer of support that extends far beyond the hospital.
Pregnancy is one of those things that people just kind of assume is just a normal, healthy thing that happens, and it's easy. But what people don't understand, it really can be a very risky time in a woman's life. It's really important, particularly in states like Alabama, where the maternal mortality rate is really high.
The expression is it takes a village, and not everyone has a village. It's just a fact. So it's nice to be a member of this mom's support team and lift some of that loneliness or isolation on her motherhood journey.
Funding for this program comes from the Daniel Foundation of Alabama, strengthening communities and improving the quality of life for all regions of Alabama. The Joseph S. Bruno Charitable Foundation, supporting organizations and providing leadership that responds to challenges and creates positive change. And Maynard Nexon Law Firm, deploying innovation and efficiency in legal services across the country and around the world.
Ever since launching Buzz in 2020 in my adopted state of Virginia, I always dreamed about bringing my TV show to my hometown of Birmingham, Alabama. Highlighting nonprofits and helping them achieve more buzz made Birmingham a natural fit, given its hundreds of charitable organizations and ranking as one of the most philanthropic cities in the United States. As inspiring as these missions are, it was a personal cause that finally brought me home. In June of 2023, my mother was diagnosed with an aggressive and usually fatal type of thyroid cancer. Foreseeing that I'd be spending a lot of time helping my sisters navigate her care, I decided to try and bring Buzz to Birmingham. In summer of 2023, I reached out to my alma mater, Birmingham Southern College, may she rest in peace, and recruited a media studies instructor and some of his former and current students. And together we got to work producing 4 episodes for Alabama Public Television. Thanks to the marketing professionals we invited to our shows, the nonprofits we featured got a lot of new buzz. For children of slain police officers, Swell Fundraising raised nearly $10,000 and helped to rebrand the wordy organization to Beyond the Line. For Studio by the Tracks, which helps the autistic become more artistic, Swell raised thousands of dollars more for many new donors. Hispanic Interest Coalition of Alabama got new video marketing assets to help better tell its inspiring story, and Martin Advertising donated $35,000 in assets to give Bundles of Hope Diaper Bank more marketing buzz. Despite her dire diagnosis, Mom is now cancer-free, but I am infected by a new love for my hometown. So now we are bringing 6 new episodes of Buzz featuring the incredible diversity and heart of nonprofits. Small Magic's Early Childhood Literacy Program, United Ability, which helps people of all ages and disabilities, College Choice Foundation, which guides high-achieving, under-resourced students into college, a variety of organizations supported by the Alabama Association of Nonprofits, and the incredible story of Nurse-Family Partnership, which we feature in today's show.
Hi, I'm Candace Knight, and I'm the Executive Director for Nurse-Family Partnership of Greater Alabama, that's administered here at the University of Alabama at Birmingham School of Nursing. We started this program here in Jefferson County in 2017, really due to the dismal infant mortality rates that we were seeing. So in pockets of Jefferson County and Alabama, we were seeing infant mortality rates that really rivaled developing countries. Not all of Jefferson County, but pieces of it. And so there were a couple of really important funders who got together and decided that, we really need to do something, and had seen that Nurse-Family Partnership had worked in other places. Because that's one of the things that's really important to the UAB School of Nursing, is to impact our community in a positive way.
We enroll them during their pregnancy, and we follow them until the child's 2nd birthday, so it's about 2.5 years. They come into our program oftentimes as a first-time mom. They're scared. They don't really know what to expect. Sometimes this is planned, and sometimes this is a surprise. And so just to get to go in with them and talk to them about their pregnancy, how to have the healthiest pregnancy, what their dreams are for themselves and their babies, and then get to see them walk that out and accomplish their goals and dreams. And then when they graduate in 2.5 years, to just see them blossom into being the best moms. That is such a rewarding part of this job.
We partner a nurse with these moms, and they start going out and doing home visits during pregnancy, and they continue to do those home visits from pregnancy through baby's 2nd birthday. And it really establishes a trusting relationship between this family, not just the mom, but between this family and a trusted healthcare provider or a nurse who advocates for that family, who is there to coach, to make sure things are going well, and to be a listening ear for that family when they have needs.
We are going to go see a mama whose baby is coming up on 5 months of age, and that baby is thriving. Her family is mostly in Georgia, so I check on her, especially being in this area where the weather tends to be severe and tornado heavy. Because it's just her and baby. Most times her family is either on travel assignments for work or they're just living out of state.
This work is really important to me because my mom was a teenage mom. She had me when she was 16. And we struggled, as I was growing up. And she, went back to school and became a nurse. And as I became a nurse, a labor and delivery nurse, and I saw other women like my mom who were struggling, this really became a passion for me to make sure that these women felt respected and that they had what they needed to be the best mom that they could be. Pregnancy is one of those things that people just kind of assume is just a normal, healthy thing that happens, and it's easy. But what people don't understand, it really can be a very risky time in a woman's life. And so it's really important, particularly in states like Alabama, where the maternal mortality rate is really high, that these women have easy access to health care, and the nurse really helps to make sure that that happens. For a lot of these women, they may not be able to get in touch with their provider easily. You may call and you may have to wait 24 hours to get an answer back. And so when you have a nurse with Nurse-Family Partnership, you can call your nurse, you can text her, and you've typically got an answer back within an hour or two. Just because the caseload that these nurses carry, each nurse carries a caseload of about 25 clients. And so we have a lot more time to be available to these moms and make sure that their questions are answered. We go generally bi-weekly to do these visits.
I love seeing her visit. She's been with me since I was
20. It was right after your birthday last year.
So I was about 3-4 months pregnant. She's been with me since then. I love her.
We're doing blood pressures, vital signs, weighing mom, making sure things are going well. We're also checking on her mental health because that's one of the things that we know nationally and in Alabama, that's one of the key drivers for maternal mortality is poor mental health. And so we also have mental health providers on our team so that we can make sure if they can't access mental health care the way most folks typically would, maybe the waiting list is 6 weeks long. If we've got a mom who's really in a crisis, we can make sure that she has access to care immediately.
We look forward to these visits. I love tea.
No, I love coming to see you guys.
She's my favorite person because I really don't have family out here. So she's been basically my family. I stay with my grandmother, but she travels. So it's just been me and the baby. And tea.
Me.
This has been like my sister.
The impact that we see in these women's lives is daily, and it's not always a big thing. At the end of all of our team meetings, we have all the nurses go around the table and we always talk about our successes. And sometimes those successes with our moms are, well, so-and-so decided that, she was going to enroll in a high school finishing program or something of that nature. And sometimes it's, so-and-so finally got a new apartment. But sometimes it's, something really small that is very meaningful to that client and that nurse. It may be that, she decided and really took steps to do something to protect her health. That might be something like she switched juice with water, something little like that. But it's a very meaningful job. I really wouldn't even call it a job. It's just a privilege to be able to get to be a part of these families' lives in the way that we are, and to get to watch these families grow and change and reach their goals and dreams.
Can you imagine what your life would be like without her?
No, I'm not looking forward to it. Because I know once the baby turns 2, I won't have her no more. I'm not looking forward to it because she's become such a big part of our lives. Don't start crying.
We got time. We have
I
time.
know we have time, but still.
We have a year and a half, and there is not a hard stop.
I don't want you to go nowhere ever. Like, I just want to keep you forever.
This, the relationship that we've built will not be, oh, you've graduated and clean break. So you're gonna have to plan to be at the picnics.
Of course.
We can go do lunch. It is interesting. The dynamic is special and casual. She sends me pictures of the baby on just like regular days.
Yeah.
So it's not always like a dressed up holiday photo. Sometimes it's that sweet girl in her bathrobe, just fresh and clean. And she'll text me after a doctor's appointment to say she did so good and we're sitting up or we're rolling now. The little milestones. She's so good at keeping me kind of looped in on where baby is.
Yeah.
And what she wants to know more about.
No, Catherine is my homegirl. I keep telling her that.
What do you mean by that?
Like, she helped me when I was pregnant. I was very, very depressed. I was in a bad place. Well, because I was nervous about being a mom. I never wanted to have kids, and I felt like my goals and plans that I had for myself, because I owned a business, had to be pushed aside for me to become a mom, and I just thought it was the end of the world. I'm a very particular person, so my life has always, I plan it out. But when I got pregnant, I felt like I had no control over anything. And so the more I sat with Catherine and also Claire, who works with Nurse-Family Partnership as well, she's a therapist, it started to help me find myself again. And also, they made me realize that just because I thought that I had this one purpose doesn't mean that I still don't have that purpose. I just added being a mommy into that. So.
And has the experience of being a mom?
Oh, it's the best thing I've ever done. I am so in love with her. It's actually scary.
Have you already started thinking about what that life is going to be like without her making regular visits?
No, because I still see her, even if I have to stalk her. Because like I said, when I first found out I was pregnant, I was really, really in a very dark place. And every time Catherine would talk to me, she would always give me encouraging words, and we would talk. And not only that, I literally was pouring all my drama onto her like she was my journal. And she listened and gave me advice from a professional and a friend point of view, which was very helpful. So I feel like I know that Catherine being a part of my journey has helped me become the mom I am.
This has been a good relationship. I really like her as well.
I told her she was gonna like me.
Right. Yeah, it's been very positive from both sides.
Have you been with the program long enough to already have a mom and her child graduate from your services?
Not quite. My oldest baby is 10 months old and he's got 6 teeth. And we're so excited for his first birthday, but it will be bittersweet because then it feels like we're kind of on a countdown of our last 12 months together, formally.
Yeah, and so have you even put yourself in that headspace of what it's going to be like when the child is 2 and no longer under your care?
I'm not ready to think about it just yet, but I have given it some thought because you become more than a practitioner in their home. You become someone that, you remember that baby's birthday and their birth story. You remember when they take their first steps. And I think that bond, that relationship will extend beyond the second year of official program enrollment.
Nurse-Family Partnership isn't the only University of Alabama at Birmingham outreach to low-income individuals in need of quality health care. Aspiring doctors in UAB's Pearsink School of Medicine volunteer twice a week in a free medical clinic called Equal Access Birmingham.
Equal Access Birmingham, better known as EAB, is a student-run free clinic. Medical students, along with physicians and residents, provide medical care to the uninsured in the Birmingham community. We provide care from medical care for chronic conditions, along with GYN care for our patients who need pap smears or any other preventative screenings, as well as dermatology and mental health care.
Modern medicine has made so many strides, and I think sometimes the people who need healthcare the most are unable to access it. So if you think of some of our homeless patients or our patients with mental health disorders that can't access care and end up hospitalized, get discharged, and then maybe, end up back on the street. Well, we're serving those patients. We're able to get them medications for free.
Our main goal, obviously, is to provide care to those in the Birmingham community who are underinsured. But I think one of the things that's great about EAB is that it also provides medical students who have always been interested in helping the underserved and being a part of their community and making an impact. It helps us learn more at an early stage of our medical career how to best help our patients and see patients not just as their healthcare needs, but as a whole person.
The best part about our clinic is the trust that our patients have in us. Some patients will qualify to go somewhere like Cooper Green because they live in Jefferson County, but they feel so loved and so cared for by our students. And I think that's our mission, is for everyone to feel cared for.
We provide medications for patients, which is a huge barrier that a lot of patients face. It's one thing to receive a diagnosis for diabetes or high blood pressure, but it's another thing of needing to be able to manage it. And if you can't afford the medication, no matter how hard you try to make sure that you're managing these conditions, it can be difficult if you can't afford the medications that's being prescribed. And so being able to see firsthand the barriers that we can help patients overcome is important to me to witness as a medical student.
And I think having this experience so early on in your career and seeing what can happen to patients, what preventable illnesses, if they don't get treated, what can happen. I think that really brings in a different level of passion to go out and do good and to create trust in your patients.
You told me I was gonna cry, and I am.
Why do you cry?
I think it's just so, it's so beautiful, the work that we do, and being able to be a part of it early on in our careers as medical students. But when we were applying to be fundraising officers at EAB, we had talked about how this is one of the first opportunities that we've had to really make an impact on our community in this way. It's so beautiful just to know that this is something that we can do for the rest of our career. Gosh. So I'm excited that we get to start now.
While riding around with Nurse-Family Partnership, I noticed another familiar nonprofit that was also supporting these at-risk moms, Bundles of Hope Diaper Bank, which Buzz featured in early 2024. So I thought it was a good time to revisit my friend and Bundles of Hope Executive Director, Lindsay Gray.
Lindsay.
Michael.
Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you.
So good to see you.
When I heard that Nurse-Family Partnership did a lot of work with Bundles of Hope, I had to come see you again.
Yeah, so you'll get this. Since January when we aired,
Yeah.
1.5 million diapers
Wow.
we've distributed.
Wow.
So a lot's going on.
I know. Well, I would
Yeah.
love to hear more about it.
Yeah.
We go in there?
Let's go check it out.
Okay, good. Ah, lovely. It's great to see the mural again.
Does this look familiar?
I love it. I love it. Great.
It has been the highlight of many, many pictures. So we love our mural.
All right, so what has been happening since we last saw you?
Oh my goodness. Well, we're still doing our direct service and then of course supporting our 70 partner organizations.
Okay.
You're obviously featuring Nurse-Family Partnership, an amazing group that is providing valuable service in the community. Number one barrier to access to resources,
Okay.
transportation.
Yeah.
So when we can meet a need, but also eliminate barriers in the lives of families here in Alabama, that is where we see the fireworks go off, so to speak.
Yeah.
And so Nurse-Family Partnership allows us to do that. They are doing and using these diapers in their home visiting program. So literally driving these diapers, Michaels, into the hands of families on their doorsteps when they're doing their in-home visiting with them.
Awesome. So that's what they're packing up over here?
Yeah.
All right. So, wow, that's a lot of diapers.
It is.
So how many diapers is a family typically using in a given day?
In a given day, I mean, well, depending on how many children are in the house. You know, babies can use 8 to 10 a day.
Yep.
So they can really go through a lot of them. That obviously is dependent on the age of the baby. Smaller ones, our Nurse-Family Partnership, they're going to be using the smaller sizes more.
Sure.
And so those families are going through more diapers than usual.
How many diapers are you providing for Nurse-Family Partnership over, let's say, a month?
Yeah, they're getting probably 30,000 a month.
Just Nurse-Family Partnership?
Just Nurse-Family Partnership.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
30,000 a month.
And each of those families that they're supporting get 100 diapers on their visits. So it's essentially like a 2-week or so supplement to get them over that hump to the next paycheck, help them put gas in their car, help them buy their baby formula.
Yeah.
So really, really providing a lot of stability for families.
Right. Free diapers frees up money for them to be able to afford other household necessities.
Correct.
Yeah.
About 84% of our families, Michael, report using the savings from participating in the diaper bank utilities.
Wow.
On utilities. So it is very hot today. We are July in the warehouse. So we are feeling the heat.
Yeah.
And a lot of our families, they don't have an opportunity to go into an office space with air conditioning, in a car with air conditioning. Their homes are not air conditioning. So I always tell donors, supporters of bundles, you know, you think you're diapering a baby, which you are, but you could also very well be helping that family pay for air conditioning in the Alabama South summer.
Or gas to get to work.
Absolutely.
Or somebody needs.
Yeah.
Well, it's great seeing you again.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for all the work you're doing for Nurse-Family Partnership and all these other great partnerships throughout Alabama.
Thank you, Michael.
Buzz isn't the first time that Nurse-Family Partnership has been featured on video. A few years ago, the program starred in the popular online series It's a Southern Thing, starring Tia Jackson, who had been cared for by nurse Charlotte Walton. We are proud to present this video for the first time on broadcast television.
I don't know where I would be right now if I have never met Charlotte. I'm actually writing her a thank you letter. I can't wait to see how she reacts because it's really a surprise.
They're all just sick.
Okay.
Just kind of
Okay. Our model in Nurse-Family Partnership is that we follow first-time moms through pregnancy until baby is 2.
She's definitely made me feel like I've been the best mother I could be.
Tia was my very first client. She's always been very driven. She works full-time, she's gotten back into school full-time, all while being just a fantastic mom to Chloe. It has been just a privilege to walk alongside her. The past 2 years have really exceeded our expectations.
We have grown a bond that's pretty tight. I kind of consider her as like family that's not family.
Tia has become a dear friend.
I hope that she feels loved and cared about because this is something special.
Okay.
Hi, Charlotte.
Tia! I'm so glad you're here.
I wondered if they were trying to say you weren't coming. All right, Charlotte, I have something to give to you.
Hi. See ya. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dear Charlotte, you have made such an impact on my life. Thank you kindly for being the best nurse to me and Chloe.
When we first met, I was in the first stage of my pregnancy. I was so scared and nervous. I was struggling accepting the fact that I was about to be a first-time mom. I wasn't ready. I was so excited to hear about this program and to meet you. You made it so much easier and understanding for me. Now I know my ABCs.
Throughout this journey, there were tears, there were heartbreaks, and goals to be accomplished, and you were there every step of the way.
You helped, you gave me advice, and you supported me. I'm grateful for everything you've ever done for me and Chloe. Now I have a beautiful, healthy daughter, and I'm back in school working towards getting into nursing school, thanks to your help.
I don't just consider you as a nurse, I look up to you as well as a mentor, a leader, and a great friend. You are truly an inspiration to me. When I become a nurse, I want to be just like you. You are a wonderful person, and I appreciate everything you've ever done.
Sincerely, Tia.
So sweet. You're welcome. You two have become such a dear friend.
Well, thank you.
It doesn't happen every day. It's very overwhelming and very kind. And knowing Tia, I know that this is true and it's from her heart, and I'm very grateful.
And if I was to have a child in the future, I would make sure I want Charlotte. I don't want anyone else, I want Charlotte. So
thank you, Tia.
Yeah, first grade. So you just finished kindergarten?
Continue on your journey. So you had Chloe. She kept coming for the first couple of years. But meanwhile, you're also starting to think about other opportunities for yourself personally and professionally, such as?
So right now, I did get back in school. I started classes in August. I actually have 5 more courses left before I can apply for nursing school. And I work for Nurse-Family Partnership. I do the outreach.
Okay.
So I'm actually now the one that actually like, hey, this program is really good. You know, basically giving my story, telling them the benefits of the program, how I can help them, just all of the good stuff about the program and why they need it. Like, I don't like to take no, because I feel like everybody deserves someone that wants to help.
Can you imagine your life without Nurse-Family Partnership?
To be honest, no. I don't know, honestly. Like, I think it would be totally different. I don't think I would be as successful just because I felt like I had people depending on me. The fact that I can sit down with the nurse and we can talk and about my goals, and she's able to say, oh, my client actually achieved, reached her goals, my client. So I felt like that meant a lot to me, and also I needed that for myself as well. I really don't know I don't think I'd be as successful if I didn't have Nurse-Family Partnership, for sure.
Thank you for watching our buzz about Nurse-Family Partnership, made possible by the Daniel Foundation of Alabama and Joseph S. Bruno Charitable Foundation. Coming next on Buzz, we feature the inspiring people serving and served by United Ability.
That's a healthy baby. She's growing so good.